Hello and welcome. My name is John, and in this video we will explore starting out with Amina. Today I want to briefly introduce you to the technology behind our invisible speakers, provide a brief overview of our products, give inspiration for possible applications, and the different ways the Amina team can support and add value when planning your projects. Amina have been at the forefront of DML loudspeaker innovation for more than 2 decades. Established back in 1999 and going on to create one of the first commercially available invisible loudspeaker products. Amina have developed and patented many technologies over that time, building them into products that have later gone on to win awards. One of the main contributors to this success is the continued focus on research and development. It's what keeps Amina one step ahead of the competition. With headquarters in Huntingdon, Cambridgeshire, which is the UK's Silicon Valley of the hi-fi world, and with offices across the world, the Amina family consists of a friendly, knowledgeable, dedicated team of industry professionals, all focused on providing the very best customer service and invisible audio experience. Amina speakers utilise distributed mode loudspeaker technology, or DML for short. It works by creating tiny microvibrations across the entire surface of a resonant soundboard, much like that of an acoustic guitar. Because we are using microvibrations and not moving pistonic cones, as found with regular speakers, we're able to create incredibly slim speakers that can be tuned to accept a covering material and still provide incredible room-filling sound. The use of DML technology provides other benefits over that of its regular counterpart. Here we have a simple animation that shows visually and audibly what makes a DML speaker different to the conventional speakers that we're all used to. This example compares in-ceiling speakers, but the basic principle is the same, whether freestanding or installed. So as we've seen, DML loudspeakers provide room-filling sound and are significantly less directional than normal speakers. Now let's look in more detail at how DML speakers work and what other benefits the technology offers. Following on from the video we just watched, this diagram illustrates what might be happening at higher frequencies if we could see the sound output, and gives an example of the dispersion difference in an everyday room situation. You can see as red gets more intense, the spread of sound at those frequencies narrow. You need to be on axis to clearly hear those higher frequencies, and there will always be some effect from room reflections and furniture interaction. But in this example we're simplifying, so it's beyond the scope of this video. DML loudspeakers, by comparison, located in the same position, radiate an almost identical fashion regardless of frequency. And this means that every part of the room experiences the equivalent of on-axis listening, providing much better clarity throughout the entire space, and enabling us the freedom to position the speakers in more locations. Another benefit of using DML technology is much less sound level fall-off over distance within a bounded space, perfect for large coverage applications and ultimately allowing us to reduce the amount of speaker quantities being specified. That in turn helps keeps us a competitive option. Take this pool area as an example. Here typically 2 DML loudspeakers replace 6 conventional speakers whilst maintaining or improving on the even loudness structure across that space. The result is not louder, but a more even high clarity sound coverage. Previous Amina success stories include public spaces in hotels, swimming pools, high-end retail outlets, and Michelin star restaurants, to name a few. DML speakers do not need to be invisible, but it's invisibility that everyone remembers. and this is why I've mentioned this benefit last. With the help of modern composite materials, we can now produce products that are very slim, very light, and which can be disguised as something else entirely. This allows designers and architects the freedom to create the look they want, unencumbered by the presence of speakers. Additionally, DML speakers are not so critical on placement, allowing more flexibility for other items such as lights to be placed in the most aesthetically pleasing position possible. Now moving on to the Amina products. Amina speakers are available in two main families, and all occupy very little depth. Only 4 centimeters are required when mounting a speaker without a backbox, and both models have been primarily designed to replace a section of 12mm thick plasterboard. The Red Edge products provide a warm sound and are designed principally for use in dry line construction applications. And Edge speakers have a tapered border, similar to the tapered edge found on plasterboard, allowing tape and jointing around its perimeter. Edge models can also accept a very fine, 0.5 millimeter in thickness, plaster coat over their entire surface and have a greater efficiency for the same power in. The blue Mobius models provide a crisp clarity and are designed to sound their best when covered with a 1.5 to 2 millimeter skim coat of plaster. They're ideally suited to fully plastered environments, and they're specifically tuned to accept this weight of material. Speaker selection is typically made based on the construction, expected finish, and intended application. Both Edge and Mobius are available in multiple size and performance options, and can be further enhanced by the addition of a subwoofer for certain applications. The 3 eyes are 300mm wide and typically used in commercial applications such as MDUs and lesser rooms within any home. They offer cost-effective performance levels and are suitable for ambient everyday listening. Whereas the 5i and 7i models are 345 wide, and those are suitable for applications in all spaces, generating high quality sound at higher sound pressure levels. The 7i is especially suitable for when loud party music or loud cinema reproduction is required. And of course, not forgetting commercial applications, where typically speakers tend to operate from one higher voltage connection across long cable runs. In this instance, such as 70 volt or 100 volt line systems, all our speakers are able to be equipped with the appropriate line transformers, and once equipped are compatible with these systems. There's also another variant for older listed buildings where joint spacing is tight. We offer a speaker that's 200mm wide, and it's a variant of our Mobius 5i model. This chart illustrates in broad terms the suitability of different speakers depending on application. Amina are always happy to give advice on product combinations that would be suitable for any given project. Now, on the last slide we mentioned subwoofers, and believe it or not, Amina has a range of discrete options here too, with subwoofers that can be integrated into walls or furniture, leaving only a small port grille visible, that can also be easily colour matched to its surroundings, thus rendering it virtually invisible. Amina subwoofers are the perfect accompaniment for any Amina speaker being used in a loud music area or multi-channel application. Next up is backboxes, which are available for all our speaker models, for both solid wall or cavity installation, helping to reduce rearward sound transmission, protect the rear of the speaker, and maintain a constant cavity performance between speakers in the same space. And as mentioned on the previous slide, these are the multi-tap transformers which can be equipped to our speakers in order to make them compatible with 70 volt or 100 volt line high impedance systems. Now, due to their integrated nature, Amina speakers will need protecting, and with low impedance systems this can be achieved by using one of our single inline APUs, or an 8 or 16 channel rack mounted option. Some amplifiers also provide an option to do this digitally for an even greater protection against accidental overdriving. Where multi-tap transformers are used, an APU is not required. The use of protection devices is a requirement to activate our extended Amina warranty. And in both residential and commercial applications, this extended warranty is for 10 years protection of the product itself against manufacturing defects. Full terms and conditions of this warranty are available from our website. Next in line are fire hoods. These are made by Hoodie in the UK and are available where you need to maintain a 60-minute fire barrier as part of a cavity backbox installation. We also have some additional accessories here, such as full-width scrim tape for Mobius installs, and mounting blocks and alignment shims are available to aid a smooth installation. Now, with Mobius speakers, it's not just limited to plaster installations. You can actually install Mobius speakers into a wide range of different materials. And here are a couple of examples of the kind of materials you could integrate into. Now we have a short video showing the installation process of a Mobius speaker, just to give you an idea of the kind of steps that are involved when integrating Amina products. So the first thing you want to do is cut a small inspection hole. Measure the distance between the joists to make sure there's enough space to accommodate the speaker and back box. Draw around the template provided with the back box and cut out the section of plasterboard. With your cable fed through the back box and back box neatly mounted into the aperture, screw top and bottom, then prepare your cable. Using a crimp tool for a solid crimp connection, connect the speaker and then screw in the four corners. Then moving on to the edge filling process, and this is important to use jointing compound which is nice and strong. Fill the gap around the perimeter of the speaker, top up where necessary and apply your scrim tape over the front of the speaker. Once everything's dry, you're ready to plaster and you can move on to the final decorating stages. Now let's have a brief look at some of the examples of where Amina products have been used successfully before, with the image above showing a historic hotel in northern England, and below a private dental practice in Germany, but equally applicable to boardrooms, retail spaces, restaurants and art galleries, the latter often being particularly acoustically harsh. Invisible sound is the perfect solution for historic homes wanting to combine an authentic look and feel along with the latest multi-room audio solution. Equally for modern, minimalistic, often acoustically harsh designs, invisible speakers provide the perfect solution, allowing a greater amount of freedom for the interior designer. Amina speakers can also be used in high-performance surround sound applications, such as multi-use media rooms or small-scale cinema applications. We find this one of the best, most impressive uses of our invisible speakers. No wonder it's a preferred configuration choice for our partners' showrooms. Here to discuss an example of this is our good friends over at Redline.
Redline started distributing Amina in 2008, and in the last 12 years we've learned an awful lot about design, specification and installation. We have 3 demo facilities at Redline. Our main media room downstairs displays Amina Immersive at its best. It's 7.2.4 using Edge 7, Edge 5 and Velodyne in wall subs. The reaction we've had from everybody who's come to listen to that system has been excellent. I think people are very, very surprised at just how good a value for money, a high performance system that really is. And every single end user that's been through there has absolutely loved it. Our newly finished small demonstration room was conceived to show the difference between Amina in-wall and in-ceiling speakers. These systems are driven identically by the same AV amp and the same source, and you can actually swap between the systems on the fly. The speakers we're using in that room are Edge 3 in the wall and Edge 3 in the ceiling, so the only difference between both systems will be their position in the room. The typical result of the sound quality in that room is very Amina. It's a big sound, easy to listen to and very impressive.
Clients will rarely ask for invisible in the initial conversation, and this is in large part because they're unaware that such a technology exists. Not helped by the possibility that clients most likely have never seen an invisible speaker. let alone given the opportunity to hear one in action. Because of how unique the solution is, it's unwise to assume that datasheets will provide your clients with a full indication of performance and value. Datasheets also don't fully explain just how something sounds. By its very nature, sound is subjective, and what you personally might prefer from an audio experience, your client might not, and vice versa. And this is where Amina Experience Centres really do come into their own, as very quickly clients can get a real sense of how the solution performs, whilst removing any doubts or preconceptions they might have about the performance of this different type of technology. Demonstrations can be provided in a number of different ways, depending on what's most convenient for your client. From small portable freestanding speakers that can be taken on site to fully installed music showrooms or completely immersive surround sound systems, such as those found in our experience centres. Amina are always happy to arrange demonstrations, as experiencing the speakers in person is really the only way to fully appreciate the quality and immersive sound achievable when using DML speakers. Over the last few years, Amina have invested more time into making our products easier to specify and including them in more and more places. We're now part of the MBS National BIM Library, also have ease models available, integrated into the CEDIA Cinema Designer, and have a CPD aimed at interior designers and architects, all available. And Amina have also gone a step further by providing a specification service for your projects. Get in contact with us, let us know what you're working on, and we'll be more than happy to assist with different combinations, different product solutions, and different options for your projects. So, hopefully this short video has provided you with some useful pointers and enough information to get started using Amina products. By now you should be able to confidently recommend more benefits than just being invisible, and be able to confidently explain to clients the key advantages of using DML technology. From here, please do check out the other courses that are available on this system, and if you have any questions or queries at all, please do get in contact with us. Thank you very much.